Welcome to the e-Zest podcast. I am Arnika Ajmera, your host for today, and we have Sathya Srinivasan with us talking about the advancement in healthcare sector, delivering better customer experiences and much more. Let's dive in and welcome him.
This is Sathya Srinivasan, SVP Healthcare Practice Head for e-Zest.
I have a few questions for which I would like to know your point of view. I will start with my first question, which is, what's your opinion on taking chances in technology or in business?
I believe there is not a better time today to explore technology and our business. The current market conditions demand an outcome-based model that predominantly drives efficiencies. When I say efficiencies, the efficiencies are based on actual advanced intellectual thoughts in both creating newer technologies and or in business. The time is prime for the companies like product engineering services and enterprise services to be right foot at the right time.
Thank you, Satya. We will move on to our next question. Is the digital transformation fundamentally changing how the businesses create value?
We can take a look at the digital transformation over the three intervals or three phases. And what I would want it to break down is the digital transformation in a pre-COVID, during pandemic or during COVID, and a post-COVID environment. Pre-COVID, digital transformation was still a buzzword and still wasn't considered to be a mainstream, as a lot of corporates and institutions, they were still taking few advancements, but the outreach and the adoption of the digital transformation was not fully measured or ingested overall. But switching over to the pandemic period, while there was a lot of instances that was changed, the healthcare perspective of digital transformation has enormously improved. The true value of realization of digitalization was also identified and realized in every single industry during this pandemic. As everyday modernization continues to happen, buying a groceries to healthcare to a digital was identified as a major transformation that happened during COVID. And then healthcare got the biggest boost because of COVID, and we were involved in creating the telehealth, and virtual visits was the most predominant shaping off during the pandemic period. Versus now, the post-COVID or the new normal way, we are predominantly in the digital resilience model, creating outcome-based situations, optimizations, and standardization phases. So the digital transformation to me has evolved, matured. Now we are into the resilience phase of the transformation.
Thank you for sharing your experience on how digital transformation is creating value to the business. Now coming to my third question, what are the clients or say potential customers' expectations from the business and technology point of view?
In conversing with our CEOs and other industry leaders, the major recipe or the theme that I collect and the patterns based on the questions and answers that we read today, to me it boils down to delivering experience. When I say experience, a person recognizes how they felt, how they were greeted, how they had approached versus what the service was done behind it. So the transformation that is expected by our clients and the expectation demands is to deliver a holistic experience as part of a delivery versus individual codes or individual sections. A very classic example that I go out and see is I would hear somebody say, "Hey, good morning." And then I will respond back as a good morning. But when somebody's saying, "Good morning, Mr. Sathya," "Good morning, Mr. Collins," that kind of adds the personalization on top of your experience. So this is where the expectations of clients is identify opportunities that are personalizations and deliver a basic and more advanced if necessary in places for experiences.
That's very insightful. Thank you. Moving on to our next question. What are the key opportunities for our business model that you see, and what are your ideas on how to act on them?
The major three opportunities that I would consider strongly believe are the three pillars to my very close to my vest in the business model are mindful disruptions, deliver an experience, incremental innovation. The core of this is the delivering an experience. And today, if you're delivering new ideas, a disruptive ideas is built upon top of it. Once you deliver, it is created an experience. That experience within a week, it becomes a normal and it's a status quo, which means every member, every customer is expecting that minimum experience onwards. But we cannot stop there. We have to continue to innovate and create new experiences as incremental innovation in cycles, and that never ends an expectation of a person. So it's always high and it's always up. So my closest three things that I want to always capture is like, we have to disrupt, be mindful of the disruption, deliver an exceptional experience to the members, and then as we deliver experience, continue to innovate as incremental innovation keeps you in track, in line, in motion with the modern technology.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts on the key opportunities for our business model and how to act on it. Now, I will wrap up this segment by asking you one last question. What are the new innovations to watch out for in the near and long term within the industry?
The new innovations that I see in the industry overall, and I've been referencing and reading with Forbes or like CB Insights, there are like a top 5 things that they consider to be upcoming new innovations and are progressing as we talked about incremental innovations. The digitalization in healthcare industry will continue to excel into more new innovative directives. And then the next right behind this will be the personalized care, a delivery model that is currently available in terms of telehealth, virtual ER. It is going to further have its own expansions in advancements in virtual care in specific disease management conditions and states. The third one, what I'm seeing as innovation that may happen and that continues to evolve, is an AI-driven clinical outcomes where the AIs and the machine learnings are now becomes digital twins assisting clinical outcomes and decision makers, which is producing a faster turnaround time and more accurate clinical decisions and outcomes. The last two that predominantly resonates close to what we are doing is we continue to wear wearables in the market, your Apple Watches, you having a sensors with you. How do we take those sensors and develop a new model in terms of biometrics creation and then create a positive environment to a particular member? This means how do we track your day in, day out signals, give you a prevention, and also give you the correct treatment methods? That is going to be the new space where innovations continue to happen. The last one is health equity. Health equity is a very powerful statement, and by itself, we are trying to neutralize who gets what. It needs to be like who needs what and how does it and when do we need to provide it. So health equity should be considered as a new innovation path, and then new models, definitions, and statements would be created identifying health equity as part of your holistic approach to the industry.
Thank you, Sathya, for joining us today and sharing your great insights with us. Stay tuned with us for more podcasts or visit www.e-Zest.com for more details.